Another football take I wanted to make is concerns Derek Carr and the Raiders and why I think Derek Carr should be traded to by the Las Vegas Raiders. And if I'm the Las Vegas Raiders and you're seeing the quarterbacks teams might be trying to get, and you how do you not have a market for our guy Derek Carr? He might be the single best available option at the quarterback position, all things considered. With free agent quarterbacks, draft quarterbacks, for a team that wants to win in 2022 and the subsequent short term, and especially if his asking price is for 35 to 40 million dollars, which is Dak Prescott type of money. So I don't think it's in the best interests of Dave Ziegler and company to offer an extension, because this Raiders roster is not trustworthy to win in 2022. Given that they've had a hard time running the football behind a below-average offensive line, which Mike Mayock gutted last offseason, and that they have areas of need on the defense. And in other words, the Raiders need to inject the roster with some much-needed fresh talent. The Raiders need help at wide receiver, the offensive line, interior defensive line, linebacker, cornerback. They have multiple deficiencies on the roster that they need to address, and so it would behoove the Raiders to stockpile draft picks. So if I'm Dave Ziegler, you need to establish yourself some draft capital for the future, and the best way to do that, in my mind, is trading the star quarterback Derek Carr. And let's also factor in something I said a couple of minutes ago, that there are several teams that need new quarterbacks for next season, right? And as it stands right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers currently have Mason Rudolph as their slated quarterback one after Ben Roethlisberger retired. The Washington Commanders, they have Taylor Heineke as their starting quarterback, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, after Tom Brady left Tampa, they now have Blaine Gabbert as their starting quarterback. And if Pittsburgh, Washington, or Tampa trade for Derek Carr will lead that team to double-digit victories in 2022. And Derek Carr wins you 10 games if you're the Carolina Panthers. But given that Panthers don't have any draft picks from rounds 2 through 4, it might not be conceivable for the Raiders to deal Derek Carr to the Carolina Panthers. And I'd also bet that teams would be willing to give up a package that features a first round pick to acquire Derek Carr. And it doesn't make sense for me to extend Derek Carr if his trade value is at an all time high. I mean, he won 10 games this season, and he got his team to the playoffs. So, but let's take a look at some of these. He lost to the Chiefs last year twice by 27 or more points. 27 points at Allegiant Stadium in November, and by 39 points at Arrowhead in December. The Raiders are also going to be in the same division as Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert for the foreseeable future, and I think both of them are better quarterbacks than Derek Carr. Then if Aaron Rodgers gets traded to Denver, then Derek Carr will be number 4. And if those trade rumors come true, so if they trade Derek Carr, they can bring back Marcus Mariota to be the starter and try to drive up his trade value to acquire more picks in the future. And in terms of quarterbacks available in the draft this year, there is a couple of good ones. When you look at Malik Willis from Liberty, when you look at Kenny Pickett from Pitt, and I would love the Steelers to draft either one of those if they don't do anything in free agency at the quarterback position. So, but I think next year's draft class in 2023 is going to be special, considering C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State, Bryce Young out of Alabama, and and both of them I think are going to be great quarterbacks in the National Football League. And I think the Raiders need to have a new a sense of direction with Ziegler, McDaniels getting players to buy into a culture, and that they need to establish and make a winning culture after the failures of Mike Mayock and John Gruden over the last 4 years, and actually become a functional franchise again, because the Raiders never get enough credit for how dysfunctional of an organization they really are.